Imagine opening your Class 12 results, seeing a sparkling 95%, and then realizing that, well, for your dream college, that score is practically worthless. It happens every single year.
Yeah, it's a completely brutal wake-up call. But, I mean, it perfectly illustrates what we're seeing in Professor Dr. S. Balaji's recent data analysis on university admissions.
Right, and so today's deep dive is really for every high school student and parent who is currently agonizing over board exams. We're unpacking this data to answer one massive, stress-inducing question. Is an 85% board score actually enough for a good college?
And honestly, just obsessing over a raw percentage without knowing your actual destination is a dangerously flawed game.
Exactly. I mean, it's like frantically checking your speedometer
Yeah,
without knowing if you're on a clear highway or like in a school zone.
I love that analogy. And, if we look at state-run systems like the Tamil Nadu engineering admissions or TNEA, you are definitely in a strict school zone.
Oh, for sure. Because here, the state wants to reward students who consistently perform within their specific high school curriculum, right?
Right, yeah. It's also strictly designed to level the playing field against applicants who can maybe afford expensive private entrance exam coaching.
So because they want to reward that specific curriculum, do they just look at your board marks? Like there's no separate entrance exam to save you if you mess up.
None at all. They calculate your cutoff out of 200 using a very rigid formula. It's your full math score out of 100 plus half your physics score and half your chemistry score.
Wait, really? So if I just panic during the maths board exam and drop a single mark, I can't make it up later. That actively tanks my rank.
It permanently alters your rank, yeah. I mean, just look at the 2024 data. The top government college cutoffs for computer science were above 195 out of 200.
Wow. So in this system, near perfection is basically the only metric that matters.
Exactly. Every single mark counts here.
But I mean, surely national institutions can't operate that way, right? You can't, like, fairly compare a 95% from a Tamil Nadu state board with a 95% from CBSE. The grading scales are completely different.
Right, which is exactly why the Indian Institutes of Technology, the IITs, and the NITs use the Joint Entrance Examination, or JEE. They desperately need a standardized national metric.
Ah, so for these highly competitive national schools, they only use your board score to prove you have, like, a baseline academic foundation.
Exactly. You just need a 75% aggregate or, to be in the top 20 percentile of your specific board.
Okay, wait, let me make sure I'm following the logic here. Once I hit that 75% baseline, does having a 95% board score give me any advantage at all in the JEE rankings?
Not even a little bit.
Seriously.
Seriously, a student with a 76% in their boards who grinds to a 2000 rank in the JE Advanced will easily breeze past a 95% board scorer who only managed an 8000 JE rank.
So it's literally like a VIP club cover charge.
Yeah.
It gets you in the door, but once you've paid that 75% entry fee, having a 95% doesn't get you a better table. Only your JE rank does that.
That is spot on. The board score just opens the door.
Okay, that makes total sense for engineering. But what about central universities for other degrees? Because I've heard Delhi University has totally overhauled how they do this.
Yeah, they really had to adapt because of extreme grade inflation. I mean, when thousands of applicants apply with perfect 100% board scores from dozens of different regions, board marks just become completely useless for selection.
Oh, wow. So they just can't use them at all to differentiate students.
Right, so DU shifted entirely to the CU8, which is the Common University Entrance Test. It's an 800-mark standardized test, and for DU, it is 100% of your admission criteria.
So they basically just ignore board marks completely for selection. It's just a basic passing requirement.
Exactly.
Wait, does this mean, so a student with a brilliant, say, 720 C8 score, but a totally average 78% in boards, easily beats a 95% board score with a 600 CUE score?
Yes, absolutely. That is the reality now.
So for Delhi University, a high board score isn't a fast car. It's just a passport. Like, it proves you're legally allowed to travel, but doesn't actually buy your ticket.
That is the perfect way to look at it. You just need to pass your boards to prove you finished high school.
Okay, so what does this actually mean for the families listening? I feel like it means we have to completely change the conversation at the dinner table.
Absolutely. We need to stop asking what magical percentage guarantees a good college and start asking what your specific target system actually measures.
Right, like, focus your energy where it counts. If you're burning yourself out for boards when your dream college only cares about the JEE or CUET, you're basically playing the wrong game.
You really are. Strategy beats blind stress every single time.
It really does. But, it also leaves me with a somewhat unsettling thought.
Oh, what is that?
Well, if all these top national universities are outsourcing their admissions entirely to standardized entrance tests, how long until Class 12 high school classrooms just become empty waiting rooms?
Oh, that is a really good point.
Yeah, I mean, if the board exams don't actually matter for getting into a dream college, will students eventually just stop showing up to class? Like, could this relentless societal pressure for a 95% actually be sabotaging students whose dream colleges don't even look at those marks?
That is definitely a fascinating dilemma for the education system to figure out over the next few years.
Definitely something to chew on while you map out your study plans. We really hope this deep dive gives you a bit of a breather and a better roadmap for the months ahead.
Yeah, remember, your future is about smart strategy, not just stress.
Exactly. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the show for more deep dives into the stuff that matters. Until next time, figure out your destination before you step on the gas.